Hey guys, in this video will be my quick thoughts and first impressions on the Castellan in the Black Templars codex. Now, like previous videos and like the Marshall video, this is quick thoughts, first impressions. I don't have any prior experience in like a 2,000 point game with the Black Templars, nor with the Castellan. This is just purely my thoughts and opinions and quick first thoughts on them from reading their codex. But with that little disclaimer and intro out of the way, I hope you guys enjoy. My thoughts and first impressions on the Castellan for the Black Templars. Starting with the model, I think the model looks fine. I know that, at least with the current model, like as it is, it's a callback to an old, old art piece of the Black Templars. It has that kind of, I would say, sort of semi-goofy Warhammer, like old Warhammer-ish vibe to it. Personally, I don't think it fits the modern Black Templar aesthetic too much. Granted, that's just referring to the model. This isn't referring to the data sheet. Just how it looks. I think it's a little goofy. It's a little, it's endearing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Just personally, I think it's a little goofy and old, but that gives it some charm. That gives it some character. Moving on to the profile, just general point on the profile. It's solid in melee. I mean, I'd say it's a solid profile melee. It's nowhere near like the Marshals, where that's just a great melee profile. But the Castellan costs 60 points. So if I'm not mistaken, that's roughly the same points cost as a lieutenant for the Space Marines. It can lead the same units as a Marshal, as well as lead with a Marshal or High Marshal Helbrecht. So you can attach these guys with the Marshal or with Helbrecht and, really just, try to cause chaos. Moving on to their abilities, starting off of Vehement Aggression. As an ability, it allowing for hit rerolls, that's just a nice ability to have. It's generally going to be nice. Yeah, it sort of situationally more or less useful depending on, if you pass that leadership test for the unit or not. But regardless if you pass or fail that leadership test, you're getting the ability to reroll hit rolls. Yeah, it may be if you fail it, you only can reroll ones, but that's better than not being able to reroll at all. At the worst, right? So, like Vehement Aggression, not a bad ability. Sure, it could be better, but it's a nice and generally useful ability. Just straight up. Prioritized Eradication. I definitely do think it'd be nice for CP generation, but I don't think it's all that reliable. Granted, I know that there are other units that, at the start of the command phase, you can, roll a d6 and on a 4-up or whatever, you get a CP. But it's more of like, hey, it's, I would say, more unreliable because a model in this model's unit, so if the Castellan's attached to a Crusader squad, if one of the 10 minimum other guys besides the Castellan destroy an enemy unit, not a model, an enemy unit in melee, roll a d6 and on a 4-up you get 1 CP, it's just unreliable. You're very much banking on destroying an enemy unit in melee and then getting a 4 or better on a 1 dice roll to get 1 CP. It's not that it's impossible, and depending on the matchup, depending on what army you're fighting, you may end up having a situation where it's like, hey, this Castellan and his unit that he's attached to, they're just absolutely decapitating, Tyranids or guardsmen or whatever, and they're blowing through units, and just this dude's a CP generation machine. But I think that that's not an entirely realistic situation to have happen, and I don't think it's all that reliable. But I'm not going to say it's a bad ability. I definitely do think it's a nice ability and can definitely be useful for generating command points, but it's not reliable, and depending on what detachment you're running, or what strategy, and likewise what stratagems you have access to, may not be necessary or all that much like helpful in practice. But with that, guys, that's gonna be my quick thoughts and first impressions on the Castellan. Feel free to comment down below what your thoughts are on the Castellan. Do you like how they are in their codex? Do you like that they're not just lieutenants, but with a different profile? At least as best as I know it from their index days. What kind of experiences have you had with Castellans in their index and in their codex? Now, also, if you've played against Black Templar players, what are your thoughts on experiences on them? Have they been good, not too bad to deal with, or have they been in a surprising pain in the ass to deal with? Let me know in the comments. Like always, let me know. Feel free to like and subscribe. It goes a long way to help let me know that you guys like to see content like this and would like to see more in the future. But with that, I hope you guys are having a great time wherever you may find yourself, whether you're at work, at school, chilling at home, gaming, reading, whatever. Hope you're having a great time. If you're not, I hope things can turn around and get better. But until the next time, guys, I'll see you next time. Peace.